Hello again, everybody. Welcome to USA Wrestling Weekly. I'm Scott Casper here now. This week's news and features from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. This past weekend, 2 U.S. women's age group world teams were determined at the Body Bar Women's Nationals in Kissimmee, Florida. The Body Bar FILA Junior Nationals determined the U.S. team that will compete in the FILA Junior World Championships to be held in Bucharest, Romania in late July. FILA juniors are 17 to 20 years old. It'll be a very experienced team for sure, as 3 past FILA Junior World medalists won their titles to qualify. 2-time Junior World Champion Victoria Anthony defeated Christy Garr in 2 straight bouts in the final series to win the 105-pound title. Anthony stopped Garr in the first bout 6-0, 7-0, then won the second bout 10-2, 5-0. She was a Junior World Champion in both 2009 and 2010.
It's exciting as always. It's always like a good opportunity to go overseas and get some international experience. And this tournament's just so exciting overall. So I've been training with Kevin Black in Wisconsin, and it's going real well. And yeah, leading up to US Open, my training wasn't as good as it should have been. So just doing a lot of adjusting and making some improvements.
Helen Maroulis, a 2-time FILA Junior World Bronze medalist, beat Shauna Isbell in 2 straight bouts at 121 pounds. Maroulis won the first 5-0, 6-0, and then pinned Isbell 1 minute 52 seconds into the second. Maroulis was the 2011 U.S. Senior Open champion.
I've never set out for until the finals, so just kind of warmed up and then just hung around. And normally my first match isn't my best, but it was good. I just kind of got right in it and stayed focused. So,
making her 3rd FILA Junior World team was 2008 Junior World Champion Adeline Gray, who was victorious at 147 pounds when she defeated Demi Strube 2 straight bouts in dominant fashion. 5th in the 2009 Senior World Championships, Gray holds 2 U.S. Open titles.
I was excited. I got to execute some techniques that aren't really my 1 and 2. They're kind of like my 3 and 4 moves, so really showed me a lot. It showed me that I really need to go back and work those moves, and kind of gave me some confidence in a couple of the other moves that I can hit them against the senior girls, and I'm going to at the World Championship.
Well, all 8 of the best of the 3 final series were 2 match sweeps. Named outstanding wrestler in the tournament was 130-pound champion Jenna Burkert. The talented Burkert stopped Gabrielle Klein in the finals in dominant fashion. Burkert was 5th in the 2010 Youth Olympic Games.
I'm very happy, of course. I took a match at a time. I didn't focus on the end result. I focused on one match, and I feel like that really helped. I had a game plan every match, so I think that really helped me be successful.
97-pound Erin Golston qualified for her 2nd straight U.S. FILA Junior World team. She defeated Emily Webster in 2 straight bouts. Other individual champions include Carlene Slaberski at 112 pounds, Allie Reagan at 138 pounds, and Annalise d'Aragon at 158 pounds. Now, 7 of the 8 team members compete for the New York Athletic Club, while 4 of the team train at the U.S. Olympic Education Center at Northern Michigan University. While not a FILA weight class, credit goes to Maylin Keke, who won the 175-pound division. The Body Bar FILA Cadet Nationals set the U.S. team for the FILA Cadet World Championships in Zimbabwe, Hungary in August. This is the first time that a FILA Cadet World Meet will be held since 1999. FILA Cadets are athletes who are now 15 and 17 years old. The U.S. will send a very motivated team of talented young women, most who will be competing internationally for the very first time. Only one of the final series went to the full 3 matches. Rachel McFarland of Michigan needed 3 bouts to defeat Hannah Greiswood of New York at 114 pounds. Greiswood won the first match 3-0, 1-1. The second bout went to McFarland 1-0, 1-0, and the final match ended up 2-0, 5-0 for McFarland. McFarland was a 2011 USA Wrestling Folkstyle Nationals champion. Greiswood was a FILA Cadet National runner-up last year.
I knew her move was the fireman's. I knew I had to stay away from that and keep my motion, do my shots, work my moves to win the matches. I just knew I had to have a lot more motion and keep circling, stay away from her fireman's, and it's the only thing I did different.
Claiming the Outstanding Wrestler Award was Haley Augello of Illinois, the champion at 101 pounds. Augello won both of her final series matches over Amy Howe of Georgia by a tech fall. Augello was a Junior Nationals champion last summer.
I felt pretty strong today. I wrestled my best, and I think it showed on the mat that I worked hard up until this point. I'll be at Fargo, and then I'll be training with overtime, so I think that's my last big tournament, is Fargo. until Worlds.
Winning the title at 108 pounds was Kayla Miracle of Indiana. She did so, pinning Shea Calise Cintrone of Puerto Rico in both finals matches. Her fall times were 35 seconds, and the second came 1 minute 26. Miracle was a USA Wrestling Folk Style National Champion in both the cadet and junior divisions earlier this year. Meanwhile, the Doi sisters of California both qualified for the U.S. FIDA Cadet World Teams. Regina Doi beat Cassidy Farrell of Pennsylvania in 2 straight bouts at 94 pounds. Uncontested, her sister Marina Doi won the 88-pound division. 3 of the other champions won both of their finals matches by pin. Sophie Hertz of Colorado at 123 pounds, and Katie Germain of Florida at 132 pounds, and Virginia Burkert of Wyoming at 143 pounds. Also qualifying for the U.S. World Team at 154 pounds was Mary Westman of New York. Both teams will train this summer before heading overseas to represent the United States. We spoke with Assistant National Women's Coach Izzy Ozbuenikoff about the Body Bar Nationals and the prospects for the U.S. Cadet and Junior teams this summer.
It's exciting that they brought the Cadet World Championships back. It definitely gives another outlet for athletes to get some international exposure starting at the early age. And we need this badly. Our cadets are good, but we don't know how good, and they don't know how good. So it's definitely something we can use every year as a measuring stick, going to the World Championships, see how we measure out with the foreign competition, and then come back home and make adjustments and improvements.
Before the tournament, the young women in attendance were treated to a free clinic by 2008 Olympian and Menlo College women's coach Marcy Van Duzen. Van Duzen showed many moves and provided excellent advice to the athletes, encouraging them all to set high goals for their academic and athletic careers.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
Athletes, coaches, and fans attending the Westside Classic Tournament at Coronado High School in Colorado Springs received a treat when they were able to witness a dual meet between the U.S. and Serbia in Greco-Roman at their event. The U.S. scored an 8-3 win over Serbia, which was in the U.S. for joint training with Team USA. The large crowd cheered the U.S. to victory. 2008 Olympian Spencer Mango provided an early spark for the team with a dramatic win over Junior World Team member Dragan Desic at 121 pounds. Mango is the current U.S. Open champion at his weight. The U.S. trailed 3-1 after 4 bouts, but rallied with 7 straight wins to close out the victory. Meanwhile, Andy Bicic turned in one of the most impressive performances with his 4-3-7-0 win over Milos Amidzik at 163 pounds. Bicic executed a pair of spectacular lifts in the second period to put the bout away. Also scoring a victory at 185 pounds was 2011 U.S. Open champion Ben Provisor, who looked strong in sweeping 2 straight periods from World Team member Peter Belo. At 211 pounds, veteran Army star John Lorenz edged Dejan Frankovic, a score there 1-0, 1-0. Frankovic was 5th in the 2007 Junior World Championships. These kind of dual meets help both nations get valuable experience as well as provide a showcase of international wrestling for the excited public. The second annual Kirby Cup, featuring Greco-Roman Team USA competing against an international dream team, will be held Saturday, May 21st in LaGrange, Illinois. TheMat.com will be providing a live webcast from this event starting at 6 o'clock Central Time, with Jason Bryant of USA Wrestling providing the call. The dual meet is held to honor the late Jacob Kirby, a Greco-Roman Team USA member who unexpectedly passed away at the age of 25 in January of 2010. The U.S. team will feature all 7 2011 U.S. Open champions, truly our nation's top Greco-Roman stars. We visited with 2 of the American wrestlers during their preparation for the match. One of the experienced stars on Team USA is 2005 world bronze medalist Justin Ruiz, who will be facing a top rival, a 2-time world medalist in Jimmy Lidberg at 211 pounds.
It's great. I'm real excited about it. I think it's great that they put the Kirby Cup together, and then in such a short time they've been able to build it up so well and get some great competition out there. It's a great opportunity for the U.S. to showcase some of our talent and then get some matches against some of the world's best, so I'm excited for it.
One of the talented stars on Team USA is Ben Provisor, who won his first U.S. Open title at 163 pounds this year. Provisor will battle the 2008 European champion Peter Baxi of Hungary for the first time when they meet at the Kirby Cup.
It's going to be a great opportunity, and I get to represent Jake Kirby. He was a great guy. I looked up to him when I went up to Northern Michigan probably 5-6 times before I actually went. And I was in school for him. I was there with him for about 3 months before he left for Boise, and it's going to be a good opportunity to get a great match in, and it's for a great cause.
Stay tuned. There's more USA Wrestling Weekly when we return. Wrestling fans, USA Wrestling has launched a top social networking site designed for you. USA Wrestling Nation is the latest innovation provided to the wrestling community by our sports national governing body, USA Wrestling. Post photos, blogs, and videos, interact on boards. Keep up with your favorite wrestling personalities with USA Wrestling Nation. It's free to register. Join the thousands of wrestling fans that have already signed up and become a part of the USA Wrestling Nation at usawrestlingnation.com. The Northern Plains Senior Regionals in Waterloo, Iowa served as the last chance qualifier for athletes seeking to compete at the U.S. World Team Trials in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. That date, June 9th through the 11th. In the men's freestyle division, 2 past NCAA champions earned spots in the field in Oklahoma City with big victories. 2-time NCAA champion Chris Pendleton, who won his titles for Oklahoma State in 2004 and 2005, captured the gold medal at 185 pounds. Pendleton defeated 2011 NCAA champion John Reeder of Iowa State. Pendleton is currently an assistant coach at the University of Wyoming. Gregor Gillespie, a 2007 NCAA champion for Edinburgh, won the title at 163 pounds. Gillespie earned a tech fall in the finals over Braden Shroop, 6-0, 7-0. Winning the Northern Plains title for the second straight year was Dylan Ness, the champion at 145 pounds. Ness, who was taking a red shirt as a freshman at Minnesota, pinned veteran Joe Johnston in the finals. Ness won this event last year as a high school senior. 121-pound former Iowa Hawkeye star Daniel Dennis topped 2010 Junior World Team member Ryak Finch of Iowa State in the finals, earning his trip to Oklahoma City. The other 3 champions were college wrestlers this past year: Tyler Graff of Wisconsin at 132 pounds, Luke Lofthouse of Iowa at 211 pounds, and UNI 264-pounder Blaine Beal. Graff has had previous success on the senior level in freestyle and is a past junior world team member. The Greco-Roman event was headlined by 3 members of the U.S. Army World Class Athlete Program who all claimed gold medals. James Johnson of the Army won the title at 163 pounds by beating Marco Toledo 2-0, 3-0 in the finals. Johnson was second in the 2005 World Team Trials. Army teammate Justin Millard was the champion at 211 pounds, pinning Mitch Sander in 52 seconds in the finals bout. Millard was second in the 07 U.S. Open. The third Army champion was Timothy Blue at 185 pounds, who won a forfeit in the finals over Army legend Keith Saraki, a past World Team member who's making a comeback at the ripe old age of 39. High school star Jesse Thielke of Wisconsin claimed the title at 132 pounds. Thielke has competed on the last two U.S. Junior World Teams. He pinned Dmitry Rybachinsky in the second period. Rybachinsky was sixth in the U.S. Open at 121 pounds. Rayvon Perkins scored an impressive win at 145 pounds, defeating past University World Team member Kerry Regner in the finals there in a tough three-period battle. Perkins was a junior nationals Greco-Roman champion last year. Other individual Greco-Roman champions include Mike Fuffinger at 121 pounds and Nikola Boycevic at 264 pounds. Three women freestyle wrestlers qualified for the World Team Trials with victories, including Rachel Bernardis at 105 pounds, Alicia Hubbard at 130 pounds, and Vanessa Oswalt at 147 pounds. Sad news to report now. The wrestling community lost one of its true heroes this week with the passing of 1960 Olympic freestyle champion Doug Blubaugh. He was 76 years old. Blubaugh was killed in a motorcycle accident on May 16th in Tonkawa, Oklahoma. A farm boy from Ponca City, Oklahoma, Blubaugh was a star in both college and international wrestling. In college, he was a three-time All-American and a 1957 NCAA champion for Oklahoma State. Doug won a gold medal in the 1959 Pan American Games at Chicago, matching the 1955 achievement of his brother Jack. They were the first brothers to capture Pan American titles. Blubaugh is remembered for his epic struggles with a former college teammate, Phil Kenyon, who he defeated in a memorable battle in the 1960 Olympic trials. His greatest achievement, however, in wrestling may be winning the 1960 Rome Olympic Games at 160 pounds. He did that in freestyle with a 7-0 record and 5 pins. Blubaugh was named the outstanding wrestler in the world for his exceptional performance in Rome. His pin over Iran's Imam-Ali Habibi, an eventual four-time world and Olympic champion, continues to be one of the most memorable moments in American wrestling history. Habibi was favored to win the Olympic title, and Blubaugh's dramatic pin changed the course of wrestling history. Blubaugh was joined by U.S. teammates Terry McCann at 125 pounds and Shelby Wilson at 147 pounds as Olympic freestyle gold medalists in 1960. Blubaugh turned to coaching and won added respect for his skills and dedication. After 7 years as an assistant at Michigan State, during which he coached the 1971 Pan American Games and World Championship teams, he spent a decade as head coach at Indiana University. He coached many of the nation's best international wrestlers during his era and was respected worldwide. Blubaugh was inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame as a distinguished member in 1979. He will be missed by all of us in the world of wrestling. After 47 years as the head coach at North Dakota State University, Bucky Mon has announced his retirement from coaching. A distinguished member of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame, Mon has made a lasting impact on the sport and has been a leader within USA Wrestling. Mon led the Bison to 4 NCAA Division II national championships in 1988, 98, 2000, and 2001, as well as 6 national runner-up finishes. During the Division II era, he coached 21 wrestlers to 30 NCAA Division II national championships. He was also inducted into the Division II Wrestling Hall of Fame in 1997. He also successfully guided the Bison into the Division I era. Since 2006, he's coached 5 Western Wrestling Conference champions. Mon finished his career with an amazing dual meet record of 467 wins, 157 losses, and 13 ties. He led the Bison to 3 undefeated seasons. A native of Canonsburg, Pennsylvania, Mon was a Pennsylvania state champion during his high school career. He was a 2-time NEI national champion at Minnesota State Moorhead in 1962 and 63. He also claimed the 1963 NCAA Division I 115-pound championship. His impact on USA Wrestling has included serving as host for the A6 Vaughn Junior and Cadet Nationals at the Fargo Dome on the campus of North Dakota State for almost 2 decades now. Mon has led a local organizing committee which has provided the volunteers and staff support to run the world's largest wrestling tournament. His commitment to the promotion and growth of the sport is part of his legacy. USA Wrestling Director of National Events, Pete Isaias, worked as an assistant coach under Mon at North Dakota State. He provides his thoughts about the man.
The thing that made him successful is Bucky obviously was an old school guy. He wanted everything with perfection. He wanted you to provide your optimum effort on the mat and in the classroom, and I think he was also able to evolve with the changing generations of kids. And basically he knew when to push the buttons, he knew what buttons to push, and that's what made him very successful. And he was also very successful in coexisting with the administration. Bucky was one of those coaches that I think was forthright in his vision, and he was always able to communicate with the athletic directors and coaches around him, and it was a great atmosphere that was created up at North Dakota State.
USA Wrestling Weekly applauds our friend Bucky Mon for his achievements and wishes him well in his retirement from coaching. Hey, it's time for the Photo of the Week here on USA Wrestling Weekly. Now, these are pictures sent in by wrestling families and fans from around the country. They're also being considered for the photo contest page in USA Wrestler magazine, as well as for the USA Wrestling Facebook page. This week's USA Wrestling Weekly Photo of the Week is taken by Allison Eckley. It features 10-year-old Reese Eckley of Montana throwing his opponent on the way to a silver medal in the state Greco-Roman championships, all at 165 pounds. To have your photographs considered for USA Wrestling's photo contest, email your images to Gary Abbott at gabbott@usawrestling.org.
Excellence like this takes a lifetime to achieve. So when athletes you've been watching all your life reach for world levels of competition, why not spend some quality time and just enjoy the show? Don't miss the 2011 U.S. World Team Trials, June 9th through 11th in Oklahoma City. Brought to you by ASICS, the official sponsor of USA Wrestling's national teams. Reserve your tickets now.
Well, on May 11th, the 2011 USA Wrestling Freestyle Coaches Summit was held at the U.S. Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. National freestyle coach Zeke Jones brought together almost 40 of the nation's elite wrestling coaches to work on setting the national plan for Freestyle Team USA. Many of the sport's biggest legends and most successful coaches participated in the summit, including Olympic champions, Olympic and world medalists, Olympic coaches, and many others. The summit was considered a huge success. We talked with some of the coaches who participated in the meetings and on-the-mat planning sessions.
We covered just a gamut of things, from potential rule changes to just technical changes in freestyle, how it's changed over the year and how we have to coach guys differently. Covered scheduling, whether we have the tournaments, our junior level tournaments and senior level tournaments on the right dates. And that's the best for America. So we covered a lot of different things, but I think it was really beneficial to have that communication, to lay everything on the table.
Well, I think the opportunity to invest our time and talk about our college kids and how we could get them in a developmental role to move them up to the world level and continue them on the international level. And for us, it's scheduling, it's getting the University Nationals, the FILA Juniors, how can we get them the techniques and tactics to get them to be able to compete at a quicker level. So those are things that are always important for us.
It's been awesome. You know, Zeke's been the whole morning, afternoon, been laying out his plan for all the way through the next quadrennium, talking about the upcoming 2011-2012 take on his approach and training, what we need to do at all levels, high school, collegiately, internationally. It's been a great experience so far.
All across the country, USA Wrestling State Associations are holding qualifying events for this summer's huge events. State teams are being formed for the national duels on the schoolboy, cadet, and junior levels, as well as for the ASICS Vaughn Cadet and Junior Nationals. At a recent qualifying event in Colorado, U.S. Olympic Training Center freestyle resident athlete Moza Faye gave an in-depth freestyle clinic for young athletes. Faye was a college athlete at Northern Iowa, now is a nationally ranked freestyle star. He wanted to help the next generation learn about international styles of wrestling.
Well, I'm helping these kids because they need that. They need that fresh technique from the Olympic Training Center, national coaches and stuff like that to just help develop better. It's always fun to just do clinics, you know, and meet the local kids and stuff. But I also really want to see Colorado Springs, Denver, the state of Colorado really grow, because I feel like they are just really developing into a hotbed of wrestling. So anything I can help in that way is just really joyful to me also.
As always, thank you so much for joining us each and every week. We'll see you all next week right here on USA Wrestling Weekly.